This is one more video for assignments for the circle of April 2023. This is for semester 2 of all the specialization. Subject is operations management. Let us move to the question number 1. List down briefly the various inventory management techniques prevalent in the industry. Discuss how some of these techniques would be applicable to an educational setup in effective management of their inventories. So in the education setup, we might be having like inventories like stationaries, consumables, and you can assume on your own what kind of different kind of inventories will be available. Maybe if the setup is like NMIMS, they might be having textbooks and the study materials and mm, accessing even how they are controlling a lot of exams, question papers. So you can just come out of any kind of inventory available in the education setup. Let us see. We can find a brief information about the inventories, and here I would like to mention that we have to answer this question in close to 1,000 words. So try to keep it your answer somewhere between 800 to 1,000. That is good for you to score. Then in book page number 186, we can see inventory control systems. So here we have inventory control system, you have continuous review system, you have periodic review system, and you also you can give a introduction, and then you can try to identify what kind of inventory you would like to go ahead with, what kind of a controls here. So once you are done with that, you can also have some kind of another selective type of controlling where you have like ABC classification. So here in this classification, you can go ahead based on the type of inventory you have been selected, low cost, high cost, and then you also have other kind of selective controls here on the basis of unit cost XYZ, on the basis of consuming or movement, fast, low, and non-moving. Here we have a vital, essential, and desirable kind of a critical items. You also go ahead with the imported, indigenize, and indigenize. Indigenize, you have it like twice. This is for national supplier and this is for local suppliers. So these are the types and controls you can go ahead and look for answering your question. And of course, if you feel like some kind of a stationary consumables, what you are selecting, you really don't feel like you can fit in there, you can refer external sources, which will be guidance for you. And please, guys, do not copy anything from the external sources or anywhere. The copy cases have is very, very critical for us to come out and clear the assignment. Moving on to the question 2. What are various decision criteria for deciding a location for a business setup? Explain these decision criteria with reference to a location decision for setting up an automobile service shop. You can assume a service shop, you can think of like a mid-size or small size. So here we can start with the location factors, how the location criteria has been be a critical player while selecting the location of while setting up a business. Sorry. So going to 37 page number. So factor affecting location decision, why you have to see for the location before you start a business. So these are like some starting parameters and how you compare. Then you also have like these are the factors affecting your decision location. Um, uh, Market related issues, regulatory and policies, other issues, cost related issues. Next one is location planning is what has been mentioned. Here you can come up. So location planning methodologies, methods, you can look for different factors, location factors, or how it is going to be helpful for the automobile service center setup, what you are setting based on the center of gravity method or load distance method. So these are certain kind of uh, add-ons for you to understand, like while you start a business, what are the factors has to be considered while selecting a location. Okay, then moving on to the next one. Okay, so a restaurant chain is planning to open up a new mid-sized multi-cuisine restaurant. Considering their expertise and knowledge in the food and beverages services, they are confident of getting into a new restaurant operation. You are required to suggest the team on the following points. What strategy would the restaurant adopt for an aggregate operation plan of resource given a time frame of a year? And then similarly, we have 3B, discuss the concept of Q system and P system of ordering. Here, a brief info is like you have to answer 3A in 500 words and 3B in 500 words. Okay, so you try to come up with a little more introduction part of it, where I have mentioned like 4.6109 is what we go ahead for the part A portion. Basic aggregate strategy operation planning, level strategy, chase strategy, mix strategy, how we can support the startup. Well, what strategy would the restaurant adopt for an aggregate operation plan source for given time frame of year? So you write a brief and then select what strategy you feel is appropriate for the restaurant. Then for B, we have 186 inventory control systems. Here you have Q system and P system. So you try to write up something about inventory to cover up, come close to the 500 words. You can start with the introduction part of it. Decoupling inventory, types of inventory. So management. Yeah. Try to write up some informations about inventory and try to come closer, as close as possible with the 500 words. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for the question papers, and whoever is looking for some other subjects, please do drop your assignment details with me. I'll try to make some inputs for you guys. Thank you so much.